Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Big Blue Amusement Productions Postgame Podcast, presented by Big Blue Amusement Productions. So today, I am here to discuss the game today. As you know, Kentucky fell to Auburn 80-71 today. Before we start here, I just want to say congratulations to the Auburn Tigers for this amazing, hard-fought game and good victory for them today. Auburn is, in my opinion, after watching this game, the best team in the country. You may argue with me as the game was closer, but the thing is, good teams experience adversity, so they proved again that Auburn is the top SEC team this year and the best team in the country, in my opinion. So, anyway, I don't want to take anything away from Auburn for how just awesome they played today and how good they are. But I do want to talk about, in my opinion, not all Auburn fans are like this, okay? If you're an Auburn fan, you don't do this, good for you. I have respect. But Auburn fans can be very classless. Let me say, one of our Big Blue Instagram pages, literally, one of the Auburn Instagram accounts, when Ty Washington got injured today, he legit got on there and went, bye Ty. Not good. And then when Shavir Wheeler got hurt for the second time in this game, they booed. When do you think it's okay to boo a player getting hurt? That's the thing. Like, when do you think it's okay to boo a player? It don't matter if it's your player or an opposing player. Why do you boo any player getting hurt? And the injuries that Shavir Wheeler suffered through today looked absolutely brutal. Why would you boo a player getting hurt? It just blows my mind sometimes. Anyway, let's get back to the game here. So, for Kentucky, the Oscar Tshiebwe was our scoring leader at 16 points. Keon Brooks had 6 points. Ty Washington had 4 points. And Shavir Wheeler and Kellen Grady had a tied 17 points, which is pretty good. And then bench points, Jacob Toppin had 6 points. Bryce Hopkins, Lance Ware, and Dante Allen all had 0. And then Davion Mintz had 5 points. If you look at this, not bad. But here's the thing, though. It's just absolutely, like, you have all these points. We had, got 71, but it's just missed opportunities plagued this team in a lot of ways through this game. If you know, I've seen so many missed layups. There were just all these layups that were missed, all these jumpers that were missed, and it's just crazy. Let me say, and now for Auburn, Walker Kessler had 19 points, Jay Smith had 14, A. Flanagan had 8 points, K. Johnson had 17 points, and then Z. Jasper had 2 points. Jay Williams had 7 points off the bench. D. Cardwell had 0 points. D. Cambridge had 2 points. And then W. Green Jr. had 11 points. So Auburn played like Auburn's been playing all year. They are a heavily good offensive team, and then they are also very good on the defensive end. That caused them to get this win very good. And Auburn they're just a good team this year. And here's the thing, I am very proud of our last few minutes fight. When Ty Washington got injured, and then when Shavir Wheeler got injured, it started to look like that this game would get out of hand, and it started to look like that it would become a 20-point loss. But we fought back in the last few minutes, and it only made it 9 points. And we got down as much as 5. Got it down as much as 5, but of course missed opportunities got go that way. And this has been the theme of all of our games at Auburn recently. Is that we've been playing very well at Auburn, but it's just missed opportunities. And let me put it in here, bad officiating has caused the game to become just to get out of hand in the last few minutes. Like all of the scores, if you look at our games at Auburn recently, the scores, like it was closer than the score may suggest. Like this was a 9 point. Like it's always, this is similar to how it's been recently. It's just, and that's just how it is. I'm not taking any credit away from Auburn. Auburn is a very good team, like I've said before, and this game proves that they are for real. And I think we'll see each other again in March. We don't. This year is different from the last couple of years because we don't get them again at Rupp later in the year. We just get them this one game. But I think we'll meet again in the SEC tournament and or the NCAA tournament. We can do. I think we'll meet again. And anyway, let's talk a little bit about the elephant in the room, and that was the officiating this game. I don't like to go off on the refs at all. I don't really like going off on the refs, but this was one. But as similar stories to Auburn games in the past, the officiating was nothing but horrendous. Like, let's see here. Auburn had, let's see, what was the free throw number? Look at the box. Team stats. Auburn had 29 free throws attempts compared to the Cats' 10 free throw attempts. Now, a lot of that can be due to the fact that we were fouling all these times, but not every foul is a foul. Like I haven't seen that many missed calls in a while on Auburn. Like Auburn was basically, while it was aggressive, they were being like, I don't know, there were a lot of contact from the Auburn defense that was not called, while it was called on the other end. That's the thing. Like that was like 29 free throws compared to 10 free throws. Like that's insane. But I will agree that those foul on the 3-point attempts that happened were in fact fouls, and that was just bad, and we need to work on that. We cannot be fouling on the 3. That is just stupid. That gets them 3 free points. And, like, that is just bad defense. And we can't win games like this if we're doing that. So, Coach, this week, you need to get these guys to work on the screens, work on not fouling on the 3-point attempts. And we need to coach on, like, a lot of those injuries that Xavier had was from, like, they're not doing well with the screens. That's literally how it is. Like they need, like, Cal, you need to coach these guys to alert Xavier of a screen so that he doesn't run into those players like that. That's just how it is. If you are on here and you're commenting, if you're on here, can you leave a comment on here so I know that you're here and discuss your thoughts on this game? Yeah. Here, I'm going to put a banner with some points here on. I'm going to put up some banners of some points and stats here of some points that could maybe work on in the future. Yep, there's point number 1. You cannot win a game if you keep fouling a 3-point shooter. So if you keep fouling on the 3, it's hard to win a game like that. And another point that we're going to well, I'll keep this up here while I create more banners here for you guys. Banners. I'm going to be creating more banners here because I forgot to do so. Oh, here's another stat here. Like, we had 9 turnovers compared to Auburn's 12 turnovers. Like, Auburn had more turnovers than we did. But 20 fouls compared to 12 fouls. 12 fouls. And Auburn had 1 more rebound than we did. 27 rebounds compared to 26 rebounds. But here, and we had more offensive rebounds like usual. 10 offensive rebounds, and while Auburn had 6 offensive rebounds, some of those offensive rebounds were just terrible. Was just bad. Like, we need to step up our defensive rebound more. We can't be giving up offensive rebounds, especially in key moments. A lot of those offensive rebounds from Auburn were in very key moments that really decided the game. And then 3-point percent was Auburn had only a 37.5% 3-point shooting percentage, while we had a 41.7%. So our 3-point shooting percentage was 41.7%. But a lot of those 3-pointers from Auburn were, again, in key moments. And we were giving up a lot of dunks. That really, it was just, yeah, here's another point. Okay. Yeah, here's another thing here. You can't win a game giving up easy baskets, especially on the road, like easy dunks, easy layups. Another thing is you also can't expect to win missing easy layups and jumpers. Like, especially in those key moments, I saw multiple missed layups and jumpers that, like, are easy layups, but they didn't go in. Like, you can't expect to win missing those. And we had 8 steals compared to Auburn's 2 steals. And those steals were in key moments. And then Auburn had 5 blocks and we had 6 blocks. So a lot of these stats may make it look like we won the game, but the thing is, it's just we had some bad stretches down there that caused this to happen. Like, it's just, I'm not taking anything away from Auburn. They fought their tails off. Like, this was one of their only games where they've really had to fight, especially at home. Like, I think this is one of their lowest win margins this year at home. Like, they were down double digits on the road at Ole Miss last game, and they came back and won. So I knew they were going to come out and fight in the second half, like they always do. And all right, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is Coach Cal here. And Cal once again gets out-coached by Bruce Pearl. Like, here's the thing. Ever since Bruce Pearl has came to Auburn, like, Bruce Pearl has been beating Cal pretty consistently. Like, especially at home. Like, their only win over Kentucky away from Auburn Arena was in the 2019 Final Four. I mean, 2019 Elite Eight. in the 2019 Elite Eight was the last time Bruce Pearl. But we've been playing there recently. Cal's been getting out-coached by Bruce Pearl, especially down the stretch. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Coach Cal. I've said it many times. Cal isn't great down the stretch. Like, our win over Texas A&M was great. But it's just Cal has been choking down the stretch a lot recently. Like, it's becoming a more thing. It's becoming something. It's becoming annoying. Like the loss at Notre Dame. He got outcoached down the stretch. The loss at LSU. He got outcoached down the stretch, and he didn't call a timeout. We all know that. But it's almost a pattern. He doesn't call timeouts, especially in the last few minutes. Especially in the last seconds. Especially if we're only down a couple in the last maybe a few seconds. Can't tell you the number of times you turn it over and they dunk it. Because Cal won't call a timeout even though he has timeouts. That's just Cal was the one who blew the LSU game and the Notre Dame game. Because he would not call a timeout. But this game, it was over in the last few seconds, so there wasn't really a need. But it's just one of those things where it gets kind of weird. I know. So that's going to actually do it for this podcast here. Thank you guys for watching this podcast, and I will see you guys all next time. Stay tuned for more podcasts coming up. We'll see you guys soon.